Okay. I'm just catching up. I know some of you have already looked ahead because you've got such powers, and I respect that. And I don't know what the actual literal experience is for you when you do that or have that. Live it. It's fascinating though. I'm a believer. Every day in this emotional mixture. Is your creation muddy because your waters are muddy? Transformation in hand. Let's fix that right now. Screen top mode. Let's fix the the microphone. You see how this EQ, I've got like all of these, you can't even see the line anymore. It's been dragged so much that it's, you see that? It's been dragged, and I've added so many adjustment bands, 27 adjustments in this one EQ alone. If I get rid of it, you can hear the garbage man in the street and me blowing up. Okay. Nice. Okay. Silence. Okay, I brought it down. No EQ. Window closed, so the freaking garbage truck isn't. All the other windows still open. He'll pass. And this is a garbage video anyway. -70. La la la. That's still loud as fuck. Bitter, sweet. Let's sweeten this compression fast. Alright. Chill. Chill, mine brother. Mine brother. You must chill. Look outside. There's the sunlight. It arises even through the clouds. Feel its warmth in your heart every day. Do not forget that you are creation. Each human is a continuous nodal, I'm getting looked at as like an entity is like as a hypercymatic complex. How do I say it? I'm seeing it like it's like a contained element of, or it's like contained and self-sustained and like solidified element of chemical reactions that are able to, you know what, I'm just, go outside. It's clearing ground. I don't see the sun, not directly. There's clouds. There's noise. There's still emotions. The waters, let's adjust the water's heat. Turn up the heat. Boil the water. If you, especially if you think it's been dirtied or has germs or something, boil it for a little bit. And that should kill some bacteria. As far as I remember, there's something to that. I don't really actively go and do that, but it's something I learned in Boy Scouts once upon a time. It might still say something about that in the Boy Scout manual I've got tucked away in a bin archive books. Books from childhood and stuff that, like, I'm never getting rid of these books. I mean, I wouldn't want them to be destroyed. Like, if I knew that they were going to some place where they would be read and kept safe, then I'd feel a lot better than giving them away. But in general, I've got a bunch of storage of childhood things because someday I may have a child of my own, or some, I don't know if it would be like that. But either way, my kids get my toys. They get my Legos. I have saved my Legos for my future child. And the books. And it's been a pain because I keep lugging around with me when I move, but it's worth it. I'm not gonna throw away my life just because it's inconvenient to the corrupted garden that's been harvested for organs by the Monopoly board game. These fucking creeps of colonization. Rape culture. Global. It's time for it to be destroyed. And it has to be unmasked to the point where everyone has to really recognize just how severe of a problem we're dealing with, which means it would be a wake-up call, but it would be necessary for us to take responsible action. We're literally in like an abusive, narcissistic relationship with our governments right now. Which is why we should be burning particular government buildings to the ground. Like, as an ethical step response. Like, hey, this false authority is out of order to a degree that it is like actually literally stupid and arrogant and self-destructive. You're out of order. You're disqualified. And that is why we must abolish you. But now we gotta be like, vote blue no matter who. Or, this is the way I've always been and I'm just gonna stick with it even though I'm signing up to be a Nazi. This is America. Back to nothing. Am I done? Feeling better? If I expressed myself? High Priestess, what's next? Four of Wands, back to you. And here she comes again. Am I in the cage or am I just on the other side of these swords? I'm on the other side of home and it looks like I'm caged. But how do I go around it? How do I get around this wall of swords, the impasse? What is the true impasse point? I have synchronicity with the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. The Queen's synchronicity, her steps through motion and matter, her senses, everyday practice. Back to nothing. What's up, Cat? Welcome to everything that is like so in the way. Please don't. Oh, come on. No. You two are disqualified. Walking all of this, putting your fucking cat butt into the camera. Sorry, girl. I'm going over there. No. Time for me to scratch your face, not talk to the cards. Maybe that's the process. I'm not allowed to take care of the things that I'm trying to create. There's someone who else needs my attention. And she likes this thing. It was a quill pen. It had like the needle on there, but that broke off because it was kind of cheap. But this is plastic. It's not, well, it's glass. Maybe it's some, like a form in between glass and plastic. Glass. Hiccup. Anyway, the cat likes this for scratching her face. I guess that's what I'll do now. Is that the choice? Overwhelmed? Distraught, back to nothing. The myth of the tower. I was on a roll, but then I was interrupted. Sabotaged. That's her role, though. She likes to do that. I hate being pushed to the edge. Especially if it's from a fucking cat. A cat that I love, but she still pisses me off. It's a paradox. I refuse to allow myself to go far enough as to hurt her. I would sooner hurt myself. We have thinking, feeling, sensation, oracle. What is the fourth one? I don't know. Moving the fuck on. Mysticism, vision. Use your imagination. You need to try and figure out your life. Not just ramble on a stupid video and get distracted and have it completely fall apart. And then I fall apart because I get pissed off and disappointed at my own shitty approach. I'm always a sloppy mistake. I was born a sloppy mistake. Surviving twin. But I can't stay bad about that because that would make me narcissistic in some way. Conflict. Release the conflict. Because it burns a scourge. Literally. It hurts. It's frustrating. I just have to go into silence. Thanks for sitting with me if you actually did. I don't know if any of this is any good or if you're entertained or if you give a fuck or I don't know. It's just a bunch of stupid bullshit. Thanks anyway.